The persevering Phil Thomas Cat here.
Norman Vickers,
Now
Jazzfest.
This episode features a recap of the music and interviews at the Pensacola Jazzfest 2014. So I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, okay.
And you did some great interviews.
Yeah, okay, sure we did.
Okay, I'm sitting here just before Terry Doc Handy goes on with his group, the Terry Doc Handy and his Northside Jazz Ensemble. Welcome. Glad to have you.
Thank you, Mr. Vickers. Good to be with you.
Well, yesterday you were the last one before we got rained out, but I heard compliments about the fact that you guys gave it your all. So tell us what's happening in Jacksonville.
Well, there's a lot of going on in Jacksonville, a vibrant scene. They have a strong jazz festival, and we're trying to keep jazz alive in Jacksonville.
Well, you've got a good bit of support, and we hope that's good. And I just learned that you're a patron member of the Jazz Society of Pensacola.
That's exactly right.
And contributor to the Vickers Artist in Residence Fund, and we thank you for that.
Yes, sir.
Now, what advice have you got for young people that want to have a career in jazz?
It's right here. Music. Learn it. Study it. Write it. Learn to compose. Learn to write. Listen to everything. Jazz is listening. You got to listen. Don't shy away from anything.
Right.
Learn classical. Respect rock. You respect it all. But in improvisation, the more that you rehearse, the more that you practice and get out there and play with different groups, you become strong. But you got to get to the fundamentals and study your music. That's my advice.
And if you're a musician in Pensacola, you can come to the first Monday Jazz Jam, and Roger Valines will work you in and let you play with some established people.
That's right. And you eat some good jazz gumbo, too. That's right.
Yes. Doc was here for a jazz event and played a great job, and we're glad to have him back this time. Now, tell us one of your musical triumphs that you've had lately.
One of my musical triumphs. One of my musical triumphs was my second CD, which is called Clue Paradise. And the writer of that music is John Lumpkin Jr. And we were able to experiment, go in and do the traditional jazz, put it together. But I feel good with my saxophone player, Al Waters. I went to him and I said, Al, let's do Naima. Now, Naima is composed by Mr. Coltrane. We're going to do it this evening. But it's a slow version, and it was a tribute to his wife, I think his first wife.
Okay.
Well, we made it Latin.
All right.
And so the musical triumph for me was it worked.
Okay.
We made it work, and I've gotten a lot of good compliments all around the world. And, hey, man, you did some justice to Naima. We really love it.
Well, that's good. Now, is your CD available for sale at the Musicians Tent this year?
Oh, I made a mistake and didn't bring any, but you can go to iTunes, Amazon, and you can get it on Amazon.
Right. Okay, and if we want to order some from you, we could do that too, right?
Of course, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure you can.
All right. Tell us one other musical triumph that you've had in the last year or so.
One other musical triumph I had, if you go to YouTube, I have a video called Aha. Aha was written by Mr. Bob Mentzer of the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah.
And what we did was we put guitar to it.
Okay.
So the original doesn't have that.
Right.
And he's done orchestrated versions of his tune.
All right.
Well, I reached out to Bob and said, Bob, this is what we're doing. And he said, okay. And then he listened to it and he called me back and said, hey, great work. That was a musical triumph.
All right. Well, I think that's a wonderful story, and we certainly thank you for coming, and we're looking forward to your performance today, too.
Yes, sir. And thank you, sir, for keeping jazz alive here in Pensacola. Mr. Vickers.
Our pleasure.
Jazz Ensemble, everybody.
Chancey's, the Gulf Coast darts capital, is a friendly neighborhood tavern. Many a good friend has been made over a beer at Chancey's. There's pool, darts, music, and sometimes trivia games with the boogeyman. Chancey's also has been known to host benefits on occasion for those in need. Chancey's, where you can make friends. 9401 North Davis Highway, Pensacola.
Been doing business here 20 years and having a good time doing it. Warm beer and lousy pizza at Papa Rocco's. For the most part, we're busy every weekend with we do different live bands here.
Are you a musician yourself?
No, once in a while I'll get up there and sing a song or two, but if I had to do it for a living, I'd be in bad shape. I'll stick to making pizzas.
Well, I guarantee you've got some good food here. We had some the night we came out here, and it was delicious.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. And so, anybody out there, man, come on by and I'll take good care of you. And so, then good to see you all down here.
Bill Thomas Cat here.
Norman Vickers, the Jazz Doc.
You know, jazz is alive and well with the young people, as proven by the student jazz competition and those performing at Pensacola Jazzfest.
Right.
I enjoy the school bands, and that's one of my favorite things to get up early for on the weekends for this thing.
1, 2.
Been doing business here 20 years and having a good time doing it. Warm beer and lousy pizza at Papa Rocco's. For the most part, we're busy every weekend with we do different live bands here.
Are you a musician yourself?
No, once in a while I'll get up there and sing a song or two, but if I had to do it for a living, I'd be in bad shape. I'll stick to making pizzas.
Well, I guarantee you got some good food here. We had some the night we came out here, and it was delicious.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. And so, anybody out there, man, come on by and I'll take good care of you. And so, then good to see you all down here.
The eccentric Phil Thomas Cat here.
Norman Vickers, the Jazz Doc.
Jazzfest was a whole lot of fun last weekend, and we got some great footage.
Great. Look forward to hearing it, seeing it.
Let's roll some now.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, I have Leo Tizer here. He's just finished his second set. Their first set.
Second set in theory, first set in reality.
All right,
Yeah.
all right, and it's a delight to have you. Now, tell us about a musical triumph. You've traveled a lot. You've been to unusual places. Tell us about a musical triumph that you've had besides here.
Well, this is definitely near the top of the list, of course, Norman. But yeah, I mean, we've been fortunate to travel a lot throughout the U.S. and also to some pretty cool international destinations. And actually, we just were at the Cape Town International Jazz Festival in South Africa last weekend. So all I can say is they're all triumphs, really. I mean, you never know where you go. I mean, some festivals are bigger, or some venues are bigger or smaller or more intimate or different crowds, but you never know when the audience is going to have like a magical response to what you do. And so the beauty of music is that you take it where you take it, and you could play for 50 people in a small club and it could be the best show of the year. You could play for 10,000 people, it could also be, but it's always an experience.
I loved what you did today, and I loved your solo work too.
Oh,
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now, tell me about one of the most unusual musical experiences, whether this is geography or whether it was the unique setting. Give me an example of a really unusual setting that you played.
Really unusual. Well, I guess just because of the nature of it geographically, last year, just over a year ago, it was fall of 2012, we went on tour to South Korea and to eastern Russia, to an island called Sakhalin Island, which most people in the States don't even know exists.
We've read about that recently.
Yes. So Sakhalin it's just amazing. We are standing at the other side. We're all from LA, most of the band. So we're standing at the other side of the Pacific on the beach with the water, and just something about the symmetry of that, like home is there and we're all the way, and there's nothing in between. That was a pretty magical moment. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. Now, tell me about your personal musical journey. How did you get to where you are now?
Well, I started out performing when I was 14 years old. I started out playing in Boulder, Colorado. I used to play solo shows on the Pearl Street Mall. It's a very well-known outdoor mall in my hometown. Lots of like different arts festivals and music festivals, and so that's how I got my start. And I moved to LA right after I graduated high school when I was 18. And I've been there for 17 years now, so I'm giving away my age. I'm 35. But it's just been, all I can say is it's been a true experience and journey. And I mean, there's a quote I saw once, I don't remember who it's attributed to, but it always stays true to me, which is that success is not a destination, it's a journey. So it's just about enjoying the experience, and it keeps getting better for us, but you just never know. You know, you could be, like a day like this where it got rained out yesterday and the audience obviously was wet and whatever, but they came today and they gave energy and we gave energy back, and that's all part of the journey. So it just keeps getting better.
And it's a delight to have you here, and we hope that your experience is good. We're sorry that your bass player has an infection that's may be a problem.
He'll be okay. Yeah, I think he'll be okay to go home tomorrow, but I think they're going to keep him one more night. So it's just kind of a freak incident. He's an avid mountain biker. Right. He got jabbed by a branch on a mountain bike the other day, and it went from there. So I guess, again, all part of the journey. We've never played in this particular configuration, but we had fun. We played off each other, and that's the spirit of jazz anyway, right? It's the spontaneous. It's the staying on your feet and making it work.
Well, it's been a delight to have you, and we hope that you'll be back very soon.
I hope so too. Thank you, Norman, and thank you, everybody.
that's going to do it for the show. I must recharge now.
All right, recharge. Bye.
Keep in touch.